Hi lovelies, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Maria and today's video is just going to be a spend a bookish day with me. So I'm actually filming this intro after I've done some of the activities because I just didn't get a chance to film this before I went out this morning. But today we're going to be doing a bit of book shopping. I had a book that I needed to get exchanged, so I thought might as well use that as an excuse to go book shopping. I'll also be going and having a little bit of a coffee and a read in a cafe because I always want to do that and I never ever do it, so you will be seeing that as well. And then for the rest of the day we'll probably just be reading and I'll give you a bit of an update on what I'm reading at the minute, and I'm hoping to be able to finish that book today. If not, it'll be tomorrow, but I'll probably give you an update and include that as a bit of a reading vlog for this one as well. So as I say, just spending a bit of a bookish day with me, but I have already done the shopping and the coffee, so I'll probably pass you back to past me to jump into that section and then come back here for the haul and the books that I got. Okay, so first stop on our bookish day is obviously book shopping. So the lighting is terrible here. I'm in the car, I'm in an underground car park, so I'm doing what I can with the lighting here. But first thing we're going to be doing is going for a bit of book shopping in Waterstones. I have a book that I need to bring in and exchange. It's a pre-order that I got, but it turned up a little bit damaged, so I'm hopefully going to be able to change it when I go in here. I have held one over, so hopefully they'll have one that's not damaged and I'll be able to get another edition of it. But I'm going to do that and then have a look around, see if there's anything that I fancy getting. Don't really have a plan in mind. I have a few books that I've probably been looking at, but nothing that I'm kind of definitely wanting to get, so I'll just be doing that kind of book exchange. Someone's walking past the car and I've never filmed here. Okay, this is my first time filming outside of my house, so a little bit nervous, and anytime someone walks by the car I'm just pretending that I'm not doing anything. But basically going to be exchanging that book first, having a look around, see if there's anything else I fancy getting, and then we can do a bit of a haul once I'm done. Probably going to go for a bit of a coffee, read my book as well, and basically just be taking you along with me while we do that. And as I say, I'll give you a bit of a haul on anything that I pick up when we get back. But yeah, looking forward to having a bit of a solo date day, going for a bit of book shopping, having a coffee and just having a bit of me time as well. So I'll stop yapping and I'll take you with me while I go and do some book shopping. Okay, so we've got the goods, It was actually so much busier in there than I thought it was going to be. It's quite early on a Saturday morning. I mean, it's around 11 now, but it was around 9:30 when I went in there. And it was actually far busier than I was expecting it to be. So I think I got plenty of clips of me shopping in there anyway, but it was just a lot more busy than I was expecting. So I think I'll wait until I get home to give you the haul and show you everything just when it's better lighting, because this lighting is terrible. But I think we've done a pretty good job of hauling. I have 3 books to show you, so I'll show you those when I get home. I did end up going for a coffee. It was actually quite nice just sitting there and reading and having no distractions, just noise cancelling headphones on, listening to a bit of music. And the book I'm reading at the minute is actually Good Spirits by B.K. Borson, so we'll speak about that a bit later. I'm going to try and get that read today, so we'll see how much time I get to read. But plans are just to get home now, probably take Frank out for a walk because he's been on his own this morning, so I'll get him out, get him walked, get him fed, he'll be happy, and then we can probably just sit down for the afternoon and read for a good bit. So yeah, just going to head home now and, as I say, go out for a walk with Frank, and then I'll give you a bit of an update on what I'm reading, where I am in it, and hopefully I'll be able to get that one finished today because it is in the arc and it comes out next week, so I'd like to get it finished today if I can. But yeah, basically just going to have a nice relaxing bookish day, so I'll speak to you later once I've got back from my walk with Frank. Shall we go for a walk? Shall we go for walkies? Let's go! Let's go! Yeah.
Windows down, scattered clouds, smell of spring outside. Open road, you sitting close. Let's go somewhere far away. 'Cause if all I have is you, then I'll be just fine. Yeah, I'll be just fine. Western shore, while the sun it slowly fades. Days are full, and I'll spend them with you. So let's go somewhere far away.
Okay, so we're now back from Frank's walk and I've got the goods. In here, so let me just take these out of this bag. So I think I said in the car that I did end up getting 3 books, but technically one of them was an exchange. So that book was Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. So I did pre-order this one. This is the signed exclusive edition, but my edition came with just a little tear in the dust jacket, so ended up going and just getting an exchange for one that didn't have any damage. So this is the new covers they have. So I have read this series before, absolutely love it. Maybe controversial, but I actually love this series a lot more than the Crimes of Nyaxia series. This was the first series I read from Carissa Broadbent, and I don't know, I just love it a lot more than I do. I still love Crimes of Nyaxia, but this definitely has a special place in my heart. But they're obviously republishing this and traditionally publishing this, and these are the new covers. But this is really the reason I got this one, because I love the original covers, but when I seen this, I couldn't pass this up. Obviously it's a signed edition as well. Then, as with all Carissa Broadbent's books, it has a really pretty naked hardback as well. But yeah, highly recommend this one if you haven't read it before. It's definitely more fantasy led than romance. There is a romance in here that is my absolute favourite. You will get a new book boyfriend after you've read this one. But it starts off with Tizana, who has been kind of within this oppressed land for basically all her life. At the very start of it, she ends up breaking free from that oppression, but kind of goes into the arms of this organisation who may want to use her magic that she's been covering up for her whole life for the wrong reasons. So it really does grow from that. The first book is very much about kind of survival and seeing Tizana survive within this world that is trying to break her. But as the story goes on, it really turns into something much bigger. And I don't like to give too many details because a lot of it is very left field, and when you're reading it, you will be absolutely shocked. But I really love it, really love the prose, really love the writing. I'm really happy that it's getting republished because hopefully it means it will get the recognition that it deserves, because I'm quite sad that not a lot of people have read this one, but I know so many people are going to love this. So yeah, wanted to get this traditionally published edition to add to my collection because it is one of my favourite series. And then speaking of favourites, Laini Taylor has also republished a book that she wrote I think years ago. I don't know if it was indie published or if it was traditionally published, but it just didn't kind of get the marketing because she was just starting. But it's The Guardians of Dreamdark. And as I said, it's by Laini Taylor. She's one of my absolute favourites. I love Strange the Dreamer. It's probably one of my favourite books ever. I really loved her Daughter of Smoke and Bone as well. And I think this is technically a middle grade or like a younger young adult anyway. I know absolutely nothing about it, but it's written by Laini Taylor, so I wanted to pick it up. But it just says, for centuries fairies have lived safely in their ancient forests, but now their peace is under threat. Devils are escaping the prisons that have held them since the Dawn days, and only one fairy stands in their way. Magpie Wind Witch is the greatest, the only devil hunter of the age. When the hunt leads her to the legendary forest of Dreamdark, Magpie finds herself outmatched, facing the biggest foe her kind has ever known. One thing is certain, if she's to save the world, she'll need all the help she can get. So, sounds like something I would enjoy. Probably does sound like it's leaning more towards that young adult, but I love Laini Taylor's writing, so I wanted to have this anyway, and I really love the cover on this. It's definitely giving Strange the Dreamer vibes. And then it did have some foiling on the naked hardback as well, so I just think that's really pretty. But yeah, didn't really matter what the synopsis was going to say about this one, I was going to be picking it up. And then lastly was a bit of an impulse purchase, and it's mainly because it was £3 off, and I mean, it's nothing too special. It does have red sprayed edges, but that wasn't really the reason I picked this up. But I've seen so many people talk about this one, Silver Cloak by L.K. Stephen, who is also Laura Stephen, who wrote Our Infinite Fates. And a lot of people have said they really enjoyed this one, and I do actually really like the cover. It's kind of got a sheen on it, you can probably see in the light there. And again, this one, I don't know too much about it, but I've just seen a lot of people saying that they really enjoyed this one. And all I know is it's kind of a fantasy world where magic is fueled by pleasure and pain. There's a detective who infiltrates a brutal gang of dark mages, knowing one wrong move will get her killed, and that sounds intriguing enough to me. And as I say, I'm basically going off vibes for this one that people have said, and it was £3 off. So I thought, if I'm going to buy it, it's probably a good time to buy it, so decided to pick this one up. As I say, a little bit impulsively, but I couldn't resist the cover. So yeah, pretty decent haul today, and 3 hardbacks. It's been a while since I've actually bought hardback editions. I'm slowly but surely kind of moving over to the paperback side of things, but these are all only out in hardback at the moment, so decided to pick them up because if I do end up loving them, I do like a hardback for a trophy on my shelves. But yeah, really happy with all of those, and I'm hoping to actually read both the Laini Taylor and the L.K. Stephen book pretty soon, because I think they'd be perfect kind of autumn winter vibes. So hopefully I can get those onto the TBR pretty soon. But yeah, really happy with those. So as I say, for the rest of the day, I'm pretty much just going to be chilling and reading until I have to pick up my husband from his course. And the book I'm going to be reading today is actually Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. So I do have the arc of this one. I only got it about a month ago, but I should have read it a bit earlier, and it does come out next week. So I'm frantically trying to get it read this weekend so that I can put a review up before it does come out next week. But if you haven't heard of this one, it is a bit of a Christmas story, but so far I haven't felt like it's too Christmassy. And I don't feel like if you want to read it earlier, that it'll feel too out of place. But basically we're following Harriet, who ends up getting a visit from the ghost of Christmas past, and he happens to be pretty handsome. And basically they're going to be working together to figure out why she's had this visit, what she has to change from her past, kind of what she did wrong in the past. And I'm guessing it's going to be a lot about kind of self-exploration, self-love, self-forgiveness or something like that. But so far I have really enjoyed the vibes. I've been really enjoying kind of the banter between the two main characters. So Harriet, as I say, is our main female character, and then we have Nolan, who is the main male character, and he's supposed to be Irish, and I'm kind of reading his narrative in an Irish accent as well, so quite fun. And I do think the author's done a good job of kind of making him speak in a cadence as if he is Irish, so I am enjoying that. But yeah, so far I've just been getting really cozy feels from it. It's a really comforting read, and when I was in the cafe I actually put on some instrumental Christmas music. I just said into Spotify, you know, look for a playlist with that on it. Luckily it didn't give me too many jingle bells kind of vibes. It gave me more classical music that just had that more warm and cozy feel, and it was perfect for reading this book. My other playlist that I usually listen to is much more fantasy and probably more emotionally led, so it just wasn't fitting the vibe, so that's why I thought I'd look that up. And as I say, it was perfect for the vibes I was looking for, and definitely helped me get more immersed in that one. So pretty much just going to go make some lunch, probably make a coffee and read for a good bit of the afternoon. I probably have about 2 or 3 hours before I have to pick up my husband, so I'll see how much I can get read in that time. I'll probably give you an update just before I go to pick him up, let you know how I'm getting on and how much I'm enjoying it, and then if I finish it this evening I'll jump on again and let you know. But if not, I can always jump on tomorrow and kind of give you my final thoughts and feelings on it. But so far I think I'm around 30% into it and really enjoying it. It's definitely giving me the vibes that I was looking for, and if you're looking for a good kind of rom-com-esque book, I think you'll really enjoy this one. It's given me the same vibes as that film with Emilia Clarke in it, Last Christmas. So far it's definitely giving those vibes for a few different reasons. I think our main character has a similar personality, but also she works in this antique shop, which kind of reminds me of the shop that's in Last Christmas as well. So another one from me because I really love that movie, but I'll probably want to watch that once I finish this book because it's definitely putting me in the mood for more Christmas. Even though we've only just started autumn, it's putting me in the mood for Christmas now. But so far so good, really enjoying it. As I say, I'll jump on when I'm maybe about midway to 70% in, or whatever point I've got to by the time I'm picking up my husband, see where we've got to, and then I'll jump on afterwards and give you my final thoughts and feelings. But that's the plans for the rest of the day, so I'll stop yapping now and go and get some lunch and come back to you when I've got another update.
Little the sun goes down. We could walk this autumn town, find a place to be alone. Look into your eyes, feeling butterflies. We could dance under the stars, fall into each other's arms. Nowhere else we need to be, just you and me. We can't lose this love, so hold on to what we know we have. Hold on to moments that we've shared. Hold on if all we have is just each other. Everything will be fine. Just hold on.
Hi lovelies! As you can probably tell, it's much later now, but I did want to give you a quick update on where I am with Good Spirits, and I haven't quite got as far as I thought I would. I've only got to around 50% and it's around 10 o'clock now, but I am going to read probably for about another hour, and I think after that I should only have a couple of hours left to finish it, so I will probably get it finished by tomorrow, so I won't leave you hanging. I will give you an update tomorrow and kind of bring you along with me to finish this one. But up to this 50% mark, I would say that it's still continuing to be a really festive and fun read. I'm really enjoying kind of just the overall vibes that it's giving me. I do think that it's definitely going to be a great Christmas read, but I honestly think you could read this at any time of the year. Maybe not in like the height of summer, but autumn, spring, you know, it's still giving really good romance vibes. So if you really like rom-coms and you really like romance novels, I don't think you necessarily have to read this around Christmas, but if you're reading it around Christmas, I think it would be perfect with the vibes that it's giving, because we've had ice skating, we have candy canes, we have, you know, flannel pajamas that are really comfy and cozy, and it's definitely making me feel very, very festive. There's definitely been a lot of comedic moments between our two main characters, so Nolan and Harriet, and I'm really liking their banter with each other. I think Frank's a little confused about what's going on. Do you want to get in? Come on. Good boy. I think he's a little confused. Just with the light. Right, sit down a wee minute. Okay, he's gonna settle down now. But yeah, I think we're getting plenty of comedic moments between Nolan and Harriet, but I think we're also getting quite a few comedic kind of skits with the inner workings of the Afterlife kind of committee, I suppose. It's definitely being set up as kind of almost like a corporate office, and if you've ever worked in a corporate office, you'll know what it's like. You'll know the bureaucracy and things that you have to go through when you're working in something like that. So I'm really enjoying that aspect of it, and I'm guessing that's where the stories are going to grow. I think this is going to be a series, and I think we may get more stories in this world, and I think we're already getting sprinklings of who that story could be following, but not too sure. As I say, I'm only about 50% in, but be interesting to see where that goes. And I think one thing that I'm really liking about this, and I think it's kind of like the secondary theme, is that Harriet is really being pushed to have her own authority. She's kind of exploring her family life and maybe why she is the way she is. She's definitely a people pleaser. She doesn't like conflict or anything. And our main male character, Nolan, is definitely pushing her to have her own agency and just to stand up for herself. You know, as I say, she doesn't like confrontation and will likely just kind of do what other people want her to do just to avoid that. And I really like that he's pushing her not to do that and to do things that she wants to do and things that make her happy. So again, making him a really likable MMC, but I'm really loving the FMC in this. I do think she is very relatable and a very lovable character as well, without being too naive or without being too kind of on the nose for being like bubbly or quirky or anything. She definitely does have a few quirks, but I think the way that they're being written are really natural and they're not kind of in your face. So really enjoying her as an FMC as well, and really rooting for both of them. And there is another undercurrent to the story that I don't really want to go into because I don't want to spoil it or anything, but I definitely think that both of these characters will do a little bit of self-exploration as the story goes on. But as I say, I'm only around 50% in, so be interested to see where this goes, intrigued to see where the story goes for both of our characters separately but also obviously together. I want to see how this kind of works out, because obviously he's a ghost of Christmas past. How is that going to work out in a romance? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. There have been some hints of how it might work out, but I'm not too sure yet. So we'll see. As I say, I'm probably going to sit and read for another hour before I go to bed now, because it is a Saturday night, so can stay up late. But I think I will probably get up in the morning and try and finish this one. As I say, I'm really trying to finish it before it comes out next week. I'm taking too long with my update, and Frank needs his cuddles. But yeah, I'm probably just going to read for another hour and snuggle with this one, and I'll probably be able to give you an update then on the ending tomorrow morning once I finish this one, because I think it says I have around 3 hours left to finish it, so I should be able to get this finished within that that time. And yeah, I'll probably just jump on tomorrow once I've got my final update and let you know what I thought about it and round up this vlog. Hi lovelies! So as promised, I won't leave you hanging with my overall view of Good Spirits, and I have to say I really enjoyed this one. Ended up rating it around a 4.5 star, and I can definitely confirm I think this would be the perfect kind of wintry or Christmas read. It definitely gave all the cozy and comfy vibes, so if you were thinking of what books to pick up for around Christmas, I would definitely recommend this one, but I would say that you could read it in around November as well, so it does come out this week obviously. So if you wanted to read it earlier, I don't think it was too Christmassy that it would feel out of place reading it another time, but I just really love the kind of sunshiny personality of our main female character Harriet, and that kind of mixed with the initial grumpiness of Nolan, the Ghost of Christmas Past, was a perfect dynamic. I think it was done such a good way, and I just really loved the overall themes of emotional growth, self-discovery, and obviously that touch of the paranormal with the ghost aspect of Nolan. I think B.K. Borson's writing throughout was really witty and warm, and it definitely, as I say, gave you that festive spirit the whole way through. I really love some of the kind of more mundane scenes where they were just in the antique shop and it was just kind of a very cozy setting, so I just think she definitely emanated that feeling the entire way through. Even when some of the more heavier topics were being discussed or being explored, it was still a very comforting read for me, and I just loved all those themes of the kind of healing and giving yourself a second chance essentially, and having your own agency and doing things for yourself and being a little bit selfish sometimes. I really loved all of those themes with it. My only few gripes were that the aspect of him being kind of the Ghost of Christmas Past didn't really come into play until quite late in the story, and I would have liked a little bit more of that. It just kind of felt like a normal romance up until that point, and I do think that the end was not rushed as such, but I just would have liked more. I would have liked maybe a little epilogue to see how they're getting on while they're settled, but other than that, I think it hit all the right notes that it was trying to hit. It was heartfelt, it was a little magical, and just overall a perfect holiday read. I would say if you like Ashley Poston, you'll probably like this as well. It definitely gave me those same vibes that I get when I'm reading her books because of that magical realism side of things, so if you like her writing and you like her kind of style of romance, I would definitely recommend this one, and I'm pretty sure we're getting another book within this world, so I'll be really excited to read that one when it does come. But yeah, overall a really lovely read, and really happy that I managed to squeeze it in over this weekend and get it read before it came out, because I know that the Works have a special edition of this one, so I'm hoping I'll be able to pick that up tomorrow when it comes out. The lighting and the angle may have changed a little bit, just the sun came out and it was absolutely blinding me, so I had to pull the blind down a little bit. But just to finish this one up, I hope you've really enjoyed kind of spending a bookish day or so with me. Definitely let me know if you've liked this style of video, and I'll maybe try and incorporate this a little bit more. I don't tend to have many days like Saturday, unfortunately, but when I do, I can always bring you along with me. Maybe we can even go to the bookshop, I'll pick up a book, and maybe that'll be the book that I read in that vlog. But as I say, let me know in the comments if you like the style of video, if you enjoyed coming on a bookish day with me, because I'd definitely be up for filming more of them. It was really fun, and maybe it'll encourage me to have a little bit more me time. Let me know in the comments if there's any seasonal reads you're looking forward to. I'm not really a seasonal reader in terms of, you know, Halloween reads or Christmas reads. I do read for the season, but not so much for holidays. But let me know if there's any books you're looking forward to this year coming up to the Christmas period, and if you think there's any that I should be checking out. Or if you don't have anything to comment, just put a little snowflake emoji to let me know you got to the end. If you like this video, do remember to give it a like, and if you want to see more from me, remember to subscribe. I post 2 videos per week, and it's videos like this, so bookish days, reading vlog, TBR jars, all good bookish things like that. Other than that, thanks so much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one soon. Bye!